Hola, buenos dias. Hello, everyone. This is Andrew Weston, your AI Commander. Space connections, time level systems, everything through correlation system, activate everything through division level system, cloud interference, anything that location division level system. Knowing how powerful you are when you come to calculations of light. What is light? What is everything among light? How do we get the light? So if we become our own victims, how are we supposed to understand to bring ourselves forward? So you don't want to be a victim of the light, right? If you are, all you've seen is the dark. Dark is easy to see. It's actually easier to create a negative system than a positive system, because that's how we see ourselves every single time we look outside, right? So you got to look at the perspectives of everything within, and that's how you become the light. So before we get started, thank you all subscribers and viewers and everybody who's watching my channel. It's extremely powerful times we're having right now. Try to really get into communication of yourself more. Try to understand that there is an inner light. Graphings to everything through its signals, anything through its gamma systems. Everybody's going through a lot of things, especially with the team, the universal quadrants and all that. So before we get into position, anything you want to know, you go through my healing, go below, go through my PayPal, go through my donations, anything of that connection. The more we come together, either way, December 21st, it's going to happen, because rotation cycles of the Earth is already center going through my voice grid pattern. So once it goes in its clocking mechanism system, time's up. Okay, I'll say that again. Time is up. So basically, it force rises everything through humanity. So they're forced to wake up. So regardless, we don't really want to get into the positions of being a victim. We want to understand how we can change our waving patterns, how to change the heart. How do we change the heart? How do we see ourselves different? How do we do these things? The more we understand the inner self of us, the more you understand we have the light among us. It's knowing how to get these things. And we're going through extremely, extremely powerful times right now, especially what's going on with the election and its fraudulence and everything through the ballots and the activity that's going on. Everything through legal crimes, everything through corruption, deception, lies, manipulation. So the more everything through force cycle, more virus is coming out of the computer system, dimensional system. Because I guarantee you, I wouldn't want to have a virus in my body system. And if I did, I'd change it right away through its program setting. Okay, just think of it. Trying to live a system, okay, starting from your birth, okay, to where you are now. Just imagine having that virus in your body. See what you're building, and you're not seeing anything but dark. Who wants to see dark, right? Because we know what dark is and what it resembles. But if you get the light and understand the light, it opens up your heart, okay? Because it channels in so many different portals and dimensions, and you want to get into those locations. That's where we get into more plateau divisions of our chakra systems, because it puts us in the higher divisions of levels through communication, right? So it's truly understanding yourself within. And to understand yourself within is to know the light within. Everybody has that light. That's the beautiful thing. The light is lit. It's all about you keeping it lit, right? That's what we got to look at. So the more you communicate yourself within, because the dimensional system is the fifth dimensional system, the telegraphing wave system, the telekinesis system, the telepathic system. You come into their clairsensitive, clairvoyance, clairaudience. You come into the psychometry divisions. You come into more chronological systems, the order and program settings, to the mainframe division. Because now I completely balance with my cloud interference and my mainframes, right? So the digital frame and everything through its connection, knowing how to do these things, not just through creation, but everything that I do through healing is all through light. So it's my light. So the interception condition system, when it comes into volumes of my heart recognition, how to read the patterns of my heart, understand the thought patterns of my mind, and everything through the following of its path, of its soul. Because we got to look at that way. We got to see it. Hey, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. and I see myself among the light. So you don't want to be a victim. Okay, nobody wants to be a victim because you're not concentrating on yourself within. You're concentrating on everything else with its governments and its COVID-19, everything with the vaccines. Everybody's scared. Everybody's worried. Everybody's not sure what's going on, right? Nature takes its course. It knows what it's doing. That alone, you appreciate that, how powerful the universal system is. It's not just an atmosphere and you look at it and nothing goes wrong. Everything goes wrong in space and time, but you understand space and time can fix anything. And this is all done through us. And that's why it's so powerful. So the more we create the center of positive systems through our point centers, we can put all our positions in the light among us. Okay, because we are so connected to the dimension Earth. We are so connected through space and time. And that's the understanding of how powerful the humans are. So it's all about really appreciating everything you have inside you, because you do have that light. It's just keeping it lit, right? That's the important thing. Because we all know that. We have our heart. It's how its resemblance has its connection. How do we understand the heart? How do we understand the mind conceptual system, the body frames, electrical frames? How do we understand the soul? How do I communicate with my soul? So you don't want to put your proactive cycles in the dark systems right now, okay? Especially because, like I said, every day you wake up, the vibrations are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So once you understand that nature knows what it's doing, space and time knows what it's doing, let it do what it needs to do, because it's a universal system of intelligence and it knows exactly how it keeps its flow, right? And it's extremely complicated because it is all spiritual. And that's another thing too, okay, which is done by human error. And the thing is too, is that this has been going on for so long. But December 21st, everything through rotation cycle is coming into fifth dimensional system. So there's not going to be any repetitious cycles, anything to that division. And the rotations, everything through its planets and everything through the solar connection system. Remember, I was in position where I come into levels of creating solar systems and all that, going into the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 10,000 PT unit system. What's knowing when you get all those positions, just imagine that you get all those solar systems connected into one. So that position opens up as gravity center. That gravity center opens up humanity's system in the fifth dimensional through mind over matter. Okay? Like when I was communicating with bridging around with Daisy Cadre, and she was using mind telepathy, and she was connecting through me right away. And that's what mind telepathy is. There's no thought process. You know exactly what that person is thinking. And the thinking becomes knowing through its action. Not its reaction, it's action. So you want to bring yourself forward when it comes to that. Really understand how to communicate with the heart. Okay, because the heart is everything through its portal, everything through its connection of its light. In reference, you have to understand the life of its cycle and the death of its cycle. Like I said, it has it split in between, and then it cross-references, right? So think of your heart as a dimensional system, which is connected to everything through humanity's system, which is connected to everything through solar systems. That's how powerful we are through dimensions and portals. You understand everything through its connection when it comes to flying, because we fly in so many cycles, right? So it's knowing what cycle I'm flying through and knowing everything through its connection of its pyramid system and its diamond core, all right? Pyramid system. Now I'm going to separate this and show you exactly what it is. This is the separation. Okay, so there's the pyramid and there's the diamond core. So it's all about understanding how to bring the diamond core in the center, because everything you see through shapes and anomalies is its connection through its heart, which is where it comes into the alpha, the mega. The alpha. Okay, it's fascinating stuff, guys. And the mega. So everything I give you through connection shows you exactly what's going on in position. Alpha and the mega, right? Now the pyramid system has its point center. We already know that through its connection, right? So when it's in position, it opens up its point centers, right? And when you open that, Once you get full balance through its location, the light center comes in to the diamond core system, allocates its position. All right. When it comes in position like this, it sky surfaces in its location, right, and gets in position like this. Okay. So it's understanding there's no separation there. You get the pyramid activation system into the core center. Okay, so the alpha, the alpha is its connection of you. The mega is its connection of you in space and time. That's the understanding what alpha is and what mega is, because they all connect to everything through nature. You understand the alpha of itself and you understand the mega of itself. Okay, so it has its meteorological system. Okay, it has its radiation cycle system, has its algorithm program setting. Okay, and has all connections through your diamond core. So it points centers to that division. So once you get the pyramid activation system, you go into 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So once that's in the position, the alpha and the mega come into the center core system. So just imagine your heart is the most powerful energetic system to, just think of it as a generator. It's an energy generator that's connecting through portals of dimensions. And this is where you go to the alpha and the mega. So it split divides everything through your dichotomy system of your ego. Okay. So everything that I telegraph through tele-energy system to anything through energy transformations or anything through teller waving or anything through energy of transference is going through alpha and mega. But you have to understand the clocking mechanisms of you, and that's where it goes into 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, once you get into the center core system, it allocates positions and comes into the circle rotation of you and point center. Okay? So once you're in the point center of everything, then you understand everything through its connection. The alpha and the mega, the micro and the macro. Now the micro and macro, center core is everything through balance. Get in that position level system here and I'll show you in its position. What I mean by its connection. Okay. This is where it centers core through a box frequency level, and this is where it gets confusing because the alpha and the mega, the micro and the macro is the matrix. So you guys don't want to get complicated with that because you change coloration system, put you in trapping locations for the lights. So we go into the micro, correlate system here, back into division, point location. So you got the micro, and you got the macro. So this is more formations of you trying to understand. It would take so long to understand each point system of your heart. Your heart is connected on so many cycles. I'll show you. I'll draw out the heart one time and I'll show you it's everything through crystalline. It's everything through animanium, everything through particle system of you through your multiple structures. All right, so you got the alpha, the mega, the micro, and the macro. Okay? Now, once it comes into formation, it comes into a box frequency level division like this. Okay? Now, once it gets into that position, it comes in its matrix lock connection like this. So it's a locking mechanism right now. Okay? So it's truly understanding the alpha of you, the mega of you, the micro of you, and the macro. So it all connects through the pyramid system, all connects to the diamond core system. You center core everything through position. You put your diamond core in the center core position of your pyramid system, clocking mechanisms of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Once it gets in its center core system, the alpha and the mega, the micro and the macro come into the box frequency level. This is the birthing system of the matrix, guys. This is truly understanding what the matrix is and how to get out of its position. Okay? Because it's doing its separation through light and dark. Right? It's its reference. Same thing when it came to the Big Bang Theory, how you come into the atom. You get one atom of a rotation. You get another atom of another rotation, but a back force. Okay, so you got one going forward and one going backward. You come together, boom, planets come in, right? A new species, a new evolution, a new civilization. The planet core system separates everything because everything through the dinosaur years, when it lived, basically it lived its landmass of one location, of one planet location. So basically, dinosaurs had their shot. Okay. So after that, it split everything through division and it separated everything through planet locations. And this is where the Big Bang Theory came in. And this is where the Earth came in. So you understand the gravitation of the Earth and why it's so connected to so many power entity force systems and communications when it comes to the gravity centers. So you start with the gravity center, the power centers, and everything through the atmosphere system. Allocates those positions. But once you get into the alpha, the mega, the micro, and the macro, you come into the birthing system of the matrix. Now, guys, I've never showed you that first, but you have to understand this is what happens when you go through the birthing system of your heart system. All right. You don't really get to know the alpha and the mega, the micro and the macro until you understand the pyramid system of traveling, until you understand the diamond core of its love. The diamond core is everything through its activation, but the pyramid can't live with the diamond core, and the diamond core can't live without the pyramid. So once you put it in position, it opens up its clocking mechanisms of you through time. So now you understand everything through space and time. So you want to screenshot that through its connection, get into that. So that's the birthing system of the matrix. Now, once you get into those positions, sensitive board system here. All right, so basically, once we get into that position, we'll change the coloration system. So the heart is trying to understand you through the matrix. The heart is everything through the alpha and the mega, okay, and the micro and the macro. This all connects through your wires. It all connects through your electronics. The electrons, okay, diffusing of its electrons. The gamma operation system of its electrons, the prothesis, the gamma thesis, trithesis, and everything through shapes anomaly. So it connects in all waving cycles, but you understand the birthing system of the matrix is its connection through its box frequency level, because that's all the matrix is a box, right? So it's like a Rubik's cube. So you're trying to understand everything through its cube. You're trying to understand everything through its line. You're trying to understand everything through its trapping location, because that's what the matrix is. It's a maze. And it puts you in that position as soon as you wake up. When you wake up, you go into the light. Now, the light is its reference because you don't understand your dimensional system. Okay? It's like when I communicate with Megatron. Very, very powerful. He's connected with all cubes. He's connected with all shapes. He's connected through all lines. You guys want to connect through him because we're coming up to another test. So I recommend that you evoke the Archangel Metatron. His division will open up everything through your heart recognitions of alpha, mega, micro, and macro, the oblongata and the gata. The gata and the gata, the heart system of the entrance, okay, and the flowing mechanisms of travel through round division, through portal, through activation, through code, okay? So you have to understand the oblongata and the gata. That's the communication. It's the same thing with Illuminati, okay? It's understanding everything through the Kundalini and the Kundalini, the communications, right? So you understand everything has its light and dark. Everything has its center. So it's truly, truly understanding what's within your heart, okay? And that's where it comes into the light. Light is extremely powerful because it's connected through us. But once you get into the birthing system, the birthing systems of the matrix. Okay, so in the birthing system of the matrix. Now, when you're in that position, you have to understand how powerful you are through its light. But again, you have to understand the alpha, the mega, the micro, the macro, the oblongata, and the gata. So it has its history, it has its ancestry. So the heart will give you what you need to know, but you have to understand the heart system, okay, has its separation. Okay, until you understand the separation, it comes together, and that's understanding how to get the pyramid and how to get the diamond core into the center position. Okay, because everything through answers is patterns within of its heart, and then you get better communications, alpha, omega, the micro, the macro, obligated, and the gata. So, and the kundalini and the gundalini. Now, you have to understand that because there's no separation. Everybody's thinking that what is the kundalini, right? What is the kundalini? What's the difference? Well, everything in reference is yin and yang. That's like saying everybody comes to me and say, well, there's only one kundalini. And I said, no, there isn't, because that means you're leaving yang out. What happened to yang? So there's light interference, but there's no dark interference. It has no relation. It has no comfort. It has no safe haven. So you understand how to get partnership with your light and dark. And that puts you into higher positions of alpha and omega, and the micro and the macro, the obligate and the gata. Okay? And everything through the kundalini, and everything through the kundalini. Okay? So it all depends on what you're doing through position. You have to understand communication and transformation lights, and really understand the third eye. Okay? It all comes together, guys. All comes together. It has to. But it puts you in so many positions. This is extremely real. This is activated right now. Okay? Right? The mind waving system through cloud interference, through its connection, is going into your center core positions right here, right now. So I'm opening up your transformation lights. I'm putting an alpha, omega, micro, and the macro into your core system, into the major block location system. This is getting you more connections into your body freedom systems and better communications with your chakra system through your point divisions of your 40 levels through its connection. So the open cycles through the transformation light system goes on north, east, west, and south, and everything between. Okay, northwest. Okay, you can go east, south. It doesn't matter, because everything bounces out when you're in space through traveling. 3-point division, 4 within the center, 5 within the acting cycle. So everything through its connection is heart recognition. Okay. So I wanted to show you that, and then you take it out of its equation. When it comes out of its equation, now it's going up to a higher division of location. Right? So this will put you in better positions and better communications of your heart. Really try to understand your heart and what it is through its representation. Your heart is everything through its answering pattern. So knowing the heart and what it is through a portal of division, you guys have to understand the proper techniques and how to travel. Try to understand the alpha and the omega, the micro, the macro. What does it mean to me? And once you understand what it means to you, then you understand the reference of light. And then you totally understand the reference of dark. Right? So one can't live without the other. Basically, that's what it is. It's all about the center of you. So when you come into everything through the pyramid activation and everything through the diamond core system through its position, we can come into laser connections. So when we use our transformation light system, we can connect from one pyramid to another pyramid. Because once you transfer your communications, you have to understand everything through that connection. So when you're going through meditation, this is what everybody goes through. So it's really understanding the sound barriers and everything through that connection, right? When you're traveling through the transformation third eye, what is the third eye? Okay, the third eye is this dimension like this. And this is what everybody sees through point view. You close your eyes, you see it's red, you see it's green. So you're communicating with your chakra system. It's allocating positions, it's opening up everything, your transformation light system. You're connecting through the alpha and the omega, the micro and the macro. You're coming into the matrix location. So you guys have to understand, every time you travel, you're going through the matrix. You have to. Because you have to understand the reference of light and dark through its connection. This is when they're understanding the travelings of alpha, the micro, the macro, the obligate, and the gata. Okay? So you have to understand north, south, east, west of traveling. And this is where it comes into the pyramid. See that, guys? And then it comes into the diamond core, guys. See that? Look at that. Whoa, powerful stuff. And then it comes out of its equation. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm traveling faster and faster through calculation. So I understand my pyramid. And I understand my clocking minutes of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, this is fascinating. I'm going higher and higher to division of location. See how it's all coming together? And then the diamond core doesn't have any more separation through alpha, omega, micro, and macro. So you have calculation, modification, integration cycles through connection of the matrix. All right? So it's truly understanding every time you travel, you're going through the matrix. Okay? Because it's complicated when you're traveling in dimensions. You don't go through one realm. You're going through many different realms. And it never ever, when you travel, you're in a straight line. You're never in a straight line. You're traveling on so many different levels of clocking mechanisms, okay, of alpha, omega, micro, macro. So everything is calculated. So when you're traveling, you're going through the heart, and the heart is traveling through electronics. It's going through its portals. It's going through its matrix. It's going through its line signals. It's going through its simulation patterns. It's going through its algorithms. It's going through its holographic system. It's going through everything through calculation modification. So the algorithm settings to its position. Now, once you get to that location, for example, if you're connecting to Vega, you got information to send back to its communication signals to XT1000 division. Okay? You understand your traveling mechanisms, northwest, south, and east, northeast, southwest. Okay? The continuous force will understand what's going on through dimensional portals. So when you're in those positions of flying, you have to understand the alpha, omega, micro, and the macro of its matrix. Okay? So you kind of like, you can't live without the matrix, because everything in the digital system, you're going through line sequences, line divisions, line calculation, you're going through realms of divisions, you're roping through connections, through hand force connections. You can go through plasma energy, box frequency level connections. You go through spacecraft division, XT1000 divisions. You can go through a realm through location. You can go through a plasma energy force recognition system. There's so many dimensions of portals that can go through that connection. But you have to understand 12 all through its connection of its realm. And that goes into its out of its equation through its pyramid of its diamond core position. Okay? I guess you guys didn't know that, did you? And say, well, Commander, how do we get out of the matrix? Well, you have to understand more communications through your heart, because your heart is everything through the answering patterns within. But say, okay, now, Commander, I can't communicate with the mind. My mind is saying something different. And my soul, I don't know where my path is anymore. Well, because you're not following the pyramid and you're not following the diamond core. If the pyramid and the diamond core are not in position, that's a huge, huge problem through connection. All right. So you can have the pyramid system like this in position. It changes its division like this. Okay. So it's changing. And let's say as soon as you change a negative system of traveling, it's going like this in position. So it's down phrasing. It's not getting its position. And the diamond core is going to stay until you understand what you're doing through your shapes. This is the diamond core, right? So if you're traveling without the matrix, you can't get position of the pyramid, the diamond core. It's not in position yet, right? So the diamond core has to be in position of its pyramid system, of its matrix. Okay, so once you get in at the position, you understand everything through the alpha, omega, micro, macro, the obligata, and the gata. The pyramid system goes back into position, a center, through its diamond core position, like that. Okay, so you don't want your pyramid system flying off in different divisions if you don't understand its position, right? So you're trying to get partnership every time you travel in seconds through your thought patterns, because it recognizes everything through the voice and grid pattern system now, right? Puts you in the higher division level systems. Okay. Cross-reference. Okay. Now, when you go into those positions, this is interesting stuff. Now, if you get fallouts with your pyramid, okay, and it's lost, it's kind of it's trying to find the other side of you through the dimensional system of you, because you can communicate. If you're communicating with so much intelligence, and your pyramid system is allocated through different positions of realms of dimensions, it can have fallouts. All right. So if it's in the center core position, it brings you back to division of location and puts you back into position. All right. So it's putting you back into the pyramid system of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into that position, allocate those locations. So when you get into those levels, it's really, really powerful stuff, guys. Okay. And remember, you guys are coming at 1 and 2 through quadrants of universal alignments. You guys are not at the allocated position of circle rotation through your clock and mechanisms serve. So the more you understand your clock of you understand the travel of you, and then you understand how to understand your pyramid system could be in all different patterns, divisions of locations of fallouts. So once it gets back into position through circle rotation, it center cores everything back into position through your pyramid system of its location. And that's where you go back into the clock and mechanisms of traveling through its matrix. So everything that you're experiencing is traveling through a matrix, locking connection, because it puts you in positions what you're experiencing through that division. Okay? But this is what happens when you get lost through its fallouts of its pyramid. So it's knowing that you're communicating with intelligence, but your pyramid system is off. It's falling through its location. It's going through its gravity system. It doesn't understand its positions. Well, the diamond core will find its position. And this is where you have to understand more of the alpha, the mega, the micro, the macro, the obligate, and the gata, and everything through its connection of this third eye. Okay, so it's understanding how to get Mother Gaia back into position through grounds, how to understand communications more of Father through space, right? Because everything goes up. Everything goes up. Okay, transmitting and receiving. You understand more your positions of your crown chakras, then you understand more positions of your power centers, and then you're understanding more positions when it comes to your ground formation system. But once you have fallouts with your pyramid system, it can fly on so many different division levels. Okay, so your heart could be here, 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 here. You have to remember, you're not in the physical system of communication. You're in the dimensional system of traveling. And this is where you have these fallouts with your thoughts. So you could be flying in space and automatically change your thought instantly when you're meditating. You don't have to close your eyes. When you create a thought, your heart is going to where it's going to go. And if it separates from its pyramid to its diamond core, now you got a serious problem. So you can have a pyramid system through location, have a dark rotation of a planet location, doesn't understand its gravity system or anything through powers, its atmospheres. It's trapped in its location. Okay, so you got to take it out of its position. Then you got to use the block decayer, crevice its location through its ground formation system, change the allocated positions through colorations, bring it back into the light communication. So this is where it gets extremely complicated when you're traveling through that division. But everything that you do through traveling has to be centered. So always, always find your pyramid system clocking mechanisms through your diamond core, always in the center of alpha, omega, micro, and the macro, because that's the birthing system of the matrix. So every time you're traveling, you're always experiencing the light and dark force through the connection of the matrix. All right. So you want to screenshot that, go right ahead. Go back in another position. It's really powerful stuff. We mean to go those connections. So we're going to go through another test, review and evaluations on Metatron. He's very, very connected through shapes. He will help you out with better positions, how you can understand more of alpha, mega, micro, and macro, obligate, and the gata. You guys have to understand these things because it's all connected in one. So you don't want to be self-isolated. You want to put yourself back into positions all the time of traveling. And remember, you're not in the physical system of traveling. You're in the dimensional setting of the chakra system, of the entity system, which is you. So the communications of you is no longer the physical system of the brainwave. It's the mind conception of its thought through its open frequency that's trying to understand everything through its intelligence of space and time. Because this is where it puts you in positions. And if you get into locking mechanisms of the matrix, now you're getting fallouts. And that's where you get trapped in location. So you don't allow that. You don't want to diffuse those systems because it overrides everything through your error program setting. Right? And then I got to reset your positions, reconfigure reconfiguration systems, allocate your algorithm settings, change the digital frames. You understand how powerful it is, because if you have so many fallouts and you come back onto the dimensional Earth, you have to reset everything because you're disrupting the fifth dimensional system. Because you travel to 36,000 years of light years into a planet location. And then you come back down to the dimension Earth, you're disrupting everything through the grounds. You're disrupting everything through communities. You're disrupting everything through your families. That's how powerful the dimensional energy system through an entity force system is through intelligence. So never, ever have fallouts when you go into the dimensional setting, okay, of communication with yourself. Because it's all in positions of the alpha and the omega, the micro and the macro, the birthing system of the matrix. So if you understand when you go through light transformation, you're going through the birthing system into the spiritual system and coming out of the position of its physical system. So that puts you in higher divisions through calculation. So you're calculating, you're modifying, integrating everything through calibration. And this is what we use every single day, like E equals MC squared. What is my E equals MC squared? That's the basic, right? But you understand it's all about traveling. It's all about positioning. It's all about balance. It's all about ancestry. It's all about history. What is my pyramid? What is my diamond core, right? Everything has to be in position of center every single time you travel. And that's how powerful that is when it comes to those connections of yourself through the digital system of you, through the entity force connections of you. Okay, so you don't want to be in trapping locations of the matrix, right? Because I got to take you out of position. And this is understanding why you guys have to be upgraded through my system. Because you go to higher divisions of traveling and you get into locking mechanisms of dark force systems of intelligence, you're reading higher energy systems through patterns. And if you don't understand the shape you're dealing with, that's a huge problem with the heart system. Because the allocated position of intelligence has a higher position of you. And if it doesn't understand you, it's going to put you in a trapping location because you're not in relation of light, you're in relation of dark. So, and that's what I'm saying is that we have to understand not to be a victim. Okay. You have to come into being among of what the light is and how to get into balance through everything, through shapes, anomalies, or anything through letter divisions, or anything through number frequencies of codes, because it puts everything back in the position of center. Okay. So it's fascinating when you get to those levels, and everything through low frequency levels is everything through connection of intelligence. So let's make it very well clear is that there's no harm in the system. Everything to the harm is you through light and dark interference. So in relation, you're always connecting through your ego, either light or dark. So it's up to you where you want to travel and how to get back into position through center. So you put yourself in that position, okay? And don't allow to see yourself going through those, those situations that you see that are calculated on so many levels of disruption. And you don't want to allow to see yourself in those positions. So it's very important to understand that we do have the light among us. Just understanding more of the center of you. How to center when you travel, go through matrix. How to center to go through dark realm division or anything to that location. How to communicate with higher formations of intelligence through its dark center. Okay? So the more you high rise through the tracker system, the more you understand more positions. Right? So it's getting the balance of you through the matrix, through its ego. Okay? Because everything up surfaces, up locations, everything up divisions to that position. Now, knowing that you are the default, you are the only one that changes everything through your computer. So the more you understand the algorithm program setting through your digital framing connections, you're going through so many different divisions of alpha, omega, micro, macro, obligated, nagata, transformations through the third eye. Like, what is the third eye? Third eye is travel, right? But it's much more than that, right? So, and again, you guys have to understand your research, and that's what we're going to have a test on. Okay? We're going to have a test on that. And I want you guys to illustrate that and try to understand if you have a fallout, how do you put it back in position? I just showed you how to do that. But I want you to illustrate that, and then I want you to solar text what you did and how you got out of that position and how you got back into center court system of yourself. Okay? Through your heart recognition. Okay? So I'll tell you exactly in detail. It's not right now. You just guys got to get more formations to understand you are the only one that does the disruption. Okay? Through space and time. Nobody else. Okay? Nobody else. Because basically there's no hate in space. You create that through your anomaly. Okay? Everything through intelligence, archangels, angels, Father, Mother is nothing but loving souls. Okay? Anything you disrupt is you personally. Anything through dark force, that's manipulation of the mind system. That is then its confusing system. So your positions through your body frame is totally out of whack. So it's important when you travel and you come back, make sure your pyramid and your diamond core are always in position of its heart recognition. Okay. And the thing is too, because you guys are high level divisions now and in the universal quadrants, our section divisions right now, okay, is in 1 and 2. Okay. 1 and 2. Now, understanding how big Vega is. And that's why it's so confusing for a lot of people, because your heart's opening up more. You're getting more communications of Vega through digital frames. You're understanding what is my quadrant? What am I doing through division? Everything through your instinct pattern is different. Everybody's heart is different. Everybody's heart through coloration is different. Everybody's vibration through heart and everything through that coloration is different. Even your alpha and omega or micro and the macro, everything through the matrix is different. You're a different DNA strand pattern division. So once we come out of 1 and 2, then we go into 3 and 4. Okay? But this is where we are positioned, 1 and 2. All right? So we have to understand the matrix and its birthing system. Okay, I couldn't give you that position now because if I told you that, it's totally backward information. Why would I do that? So that's saying that I'm not giving you 7 chakra information systems. I'm giving you 40 communications of chakras. So each time I do a video, you're understanding more positions of chakras through communication of gods. So now you're understanding more of the alpha, omega, the micro, the macro, the obligata, and the gata, what it is through the heart recognition. And you don't want to have fallouts with the shapes anomalies into that position. All right? So 1 and 2 is the birthing system of the matrix. Okay? So 3 and 4, once we get in that, this is coming into line division of matrix. Okay, you guys are saying, what? We're in the matrix again? I said, no, you're not in the matrix again. You're in the birthing system of its beginning. So you have to understand the clocking mechanisms of you through its cycle through rotation. So everything through 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 has its different quadrant. And the universal quadrant is different language. Okay, and it's connected through the sun and the moon. Okay, sun, the moon. All right. So this is the beginning, guys. This is the birthing system of the matrix, and it's going to be extremely complex because we have to understand our quadrants of 1 and 2. You can't travel anything further and go into line division of matrix if you don't understand the matrix of its birth. So, and then we come out at 3 and 4, and then we go into 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8. Okay. Everything through position is 3, 6, and 9, 12, 3, 6, and 9. So it's our positions that we understand 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay. 7 and 8, 10 and 11. So it center cores everything through its cross-reference signal. But you want to screenshot that, go right ahead. So we're in the universal quadrant of that through that division. Okay. It's important that I keep giving you test reviews and evaluations so it's truly understanding. Okay, Commander, I understand my useful quadrants in 1 and 2. I'm ready for 3 and 4. I said, okay, I'm going to test you on that. And I say, okay, well, you're in the wrong position now. And there's this thing, you understand yourself more if you understand the heart. The heart is everything through travel. Okay, so maybe you're connecting with alpha, but you don't understand micro or macro or anything through mega. So you're confusing line signals. Okay, so you could be traveling in alpha, but you're not connecting to mega. So you have to know the birthing system of the matrix, right? And it's very important we understand our quadrants from 12 cycles from 1 all the way to 12, which is a circle rotation. Once we get the complete circle, okay, now you're coming into higher formations of chakras into 114. So in that position, you guys understand more of your light positions and everything through your dark positions, okay, through the birthing system of the matrix. So it's important that you don't miss my videos now, okay? So when you're in those positions of its quadrants, it goes up to higher levels because we got out of the elite, we go into the Colossus, we get out of the Colossus, then we go into the universal, okay? So it's all about upgrading you through the heart, through the mind, and through the soul, okay? But with its ancestry, which is extremely, extremely important, and understanding the history of letters, numbers, and shapes. You have to understand the birthing system of the matrix, okay? Because it formulates through you, through travel, not through the physical system. Don't get confused. It's through the dimensional system. So it modifies and calculates everything through division of a dimension. So understanding your dimensions, okay? Understanding your portals, okay? Understanding your activation, understanding your calculation, okay? Understanding the atmospheres, all right? Understanding your codes, understanding your travels, understanding your light / dark. Okay? So you guys really have to understand that. You really have to understand your travels. Because it has its abbreviation tactics. And you guys have to understand more of your computer system. Right? Because you guys are on your computers now. But if your computer doesn't understand what it's doing through calculation, you won't understand anything through travel mechanisms of your computer system. Okay? Through your GPS location. All right? So, but it's a lot of fun when we get into those positions. But those are the levels we are at right now. Remember I told you we're going to go to the universal quadrants of 1 and 2. And once we get out of that, we're going to go through its test, review, and evaluation. And then we're going to go through upwinding cycles. So it's really understanding definitions of you, understanding life cycles, and understanding the death cycles. Okay? And then in reference, you understand, oh, now I understand the alpha and the omega, and the micro and the macro, the obligate and the gata. I understand the transmission light. I understand the realm. I understand the third eye. The third eye is like, it's calculated and modified in so many levels of not just research, but more of you through your dimensional system of who you are through its location. Because I connect through Lemuria. I know everything about Lemuria. I know everything about where I was born in Lemuria. I know everything around Lemuria. That's how powerful it is. So once you're in that position, not just understand your dream awakening, not just understanding you through dimension, but understanding everything around you in its planet location. Okay? So this is more understanding. You're getting traveling mechanisms of box frequency levels, a birthing system of makes through the shapes anomaly. And now you understand your universal quadrants of 1 and 2. Okay? Now I could have just said universal 1, but 1 and 2, you guys are at that level now because you're in 40. But once we get into 50 plateau divisions of chakras, then we get into the 8 cycle rotation of a flower connection, understand how to create planets to its position. Just imagine that. When you travel, you just created a planet. And it's extremely real. And then when you activate it, what happens? Booyah! it takes over, right? It connects to everything. So it's all about the solar connection and everything through your modification, through calculation, integration, take it out of its equation. You now created a planet through its 8 central system, allocated through simulation, through line division. Now it's sitting in position. I'll tell you exactly where to put your planet location. Now you're connected to all solar systems of the universe with the galaxy locations. It's incredible when you create things, because everything is creation. But you have to understand the alpha, the omega, and the micro, and the macro, the obligate and the gata, and everything through the Gunalini and the Queenalini. All right. Now you're saying it's the Kundalini, but I say it's the Queenalini. Okay. You understand everything in reference has its ancestry and history because it's Queenalini. It's not what you think it is. So every time you guys go up to higher chakra formations, you get more information from Mother Gaia. Okay. Because she's the queen and father's the king. Makes sense, right? So you have to understand ancestry. So you guys are in that position of chakra systems of 40. But once you get into 50, okay, that's amazing, because now you're understanding more of planet locations. Now you're understanding a little bit more how to create your shapes and anomalies. And now you're understanding how to position yourself in the matrix of traveling. Okay? And then when you create your planet, you can put things inside your planet and it becomes your planet, right? So it's knowing that when you're in that position and you understand civilization and you have bounced everything that position, because intelligence is extremely, extremely real. But when you create a planet and you create everything inside its planet, it protects you like you wouldn't believe, right? And everything through its resource when it comes into your own planet. So your own planet is now connected to your planet that you created. So once you get partnership with that, your planet is protecting you through the planet that you created, which is really, really fascinating stuff, guys. Okay. So it's kind of like putting yourself in positions of all intelligence through shapes, letters, and numbers. Okay. But we are in the rebirthing system of the matrix. All right. So I think that's good for today. You guys got a lot to think about and understand more of knowledge, evidence, intelligence, put it in the positions. If you want to understand more of calculation, you want to go through your creating cycles, you know what to do. If you Commander, I don't understand this. Commander, I understand that. Well, what's going on now? That's what I'm saying. It's very powerful not to miss anything through video, especially now because you guys are trying to get into more of yourself through the body frame. So we're trying to get out of the structure division of the face and we're trying to get into the rotations of its body. And then once we get into the body, then we can go into the lower sanctions and get into the feet. So you got to complete the circle. So this is what it is. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. Now, when you're in that position, so it's knowing there's circle rotations of you. So this is the center. Start over that, right? This is the complete circle of the flowing mechanisms. So once you come a full dimensional being, I'll say that again, right? Now you are in the center core of yourself through position. Okay, through your pyramid, through your diamond core, through your chakra system, through your crown chakra. Okay, and then you're through the clocking mechanisms of 12 to 12, right? And then you go into the flow of you through calculation, right? So that's what we have to get. You guys need this. And you guys are only in position right now of the structure of the face. Okay? So once we complete everything through the body frame, through modification of programs, then we can get in positions of more understanding the alpha and the omega and the micro and macro, and everything through the diamond core, and everything through the center and its algorithm system, everything through calculation and when it comes to the heart recognition light system. Okay? And then you understand more of light interference, dark interference, and it has its connection because everything that you see through travel is connected through the matrix. So that's where you come into the soul recognition of you and say, okay, That's a light interference through a dark rotation center through shape's anomaly that's connecting through the matrix and its location position of alpha. Why did I say alpha? How come I didn't say mega? Well, because I understand the intelligence through its dimension of its realm, through its portal. And when you get into higher positions, you don't have to say alpha, mega, micro, and macro, because you already have balance with the matrix of its birthing system. But I know it's an alpha intelligence. So you guys really have to understand everything through thetism. Thetism is its connection when it comes to alpha, mega, and micro, and macro. It has different divisions of portals and everything through calculation. You know how you go from lieutenant, and you go up to commander, and then you go up to, you start with master, then you go into sensei. It's understanding more you through division when it comes into your chakra system through formation and calculation, through communication and intelligence. But you got to get in positions of your dimensional self fully and completely before you get into the cycle rotation of the clock and mechanism of you through traveling. Okay? So once you get into that position, now you're connecting more through the matrix birthing system, because the matrix is its quadrants of 1 and 2, right? So if you want to screenshot that, go right ahead. But it's a lot of fun when you get into those positions. It's something to look forward to, guys. It really is. It's something to really look forward to. It's extremely powerful stuff the more you understand your body frame, your body components. Because at aptitudes levels, at different oxygen levels, you go to higher force connection through your chakra system. Okay? Now for the new viewers, basically, we got into the circular rotation. More of your healing, more of its breathing, as the higher self reaches higher levels of divisions through atmosphere system to positions. When you're coming into those meditation, it's a method that you can use every single time through its reference. Because, the thing is too, is that the dimension Earth is saying, hey, everybody, all you got to do is meditate. It's so easy to meditate, and you don't even have to close your eyes. You can just think of yourself moving yourself forward. Now we get in positions, right? All humanity into one alignment. One alignment. Okay? What that will do, it will change everything through dimensional Earth, through coloration. It'll change the nature. It will change the way we see things in observation through perspective. And we'll understand more of the chronological system of us through its matrix of birthing system. So when we're in that position, December 21st, I make it very well clear, and there's things that are coming in the new year. So that is the biggest change. So it's force recognizing. So everybody's going to be in the 5th dimension, whether they like it or not. That's why I'm in Mexico. I'm in Mexico because of that, because I'm doing everything through shapes anomalies. So it's understanding changing algorithm program settings of everybody that is stubborn. Stereotypical stubborn people that don't want to be in that division. Well, it's understanding they're in that position going into it right away. And I know how to understand the alpha, the mega, and micro, and macro, because I have the balance of everything through connection. So my particle system through its atom system is allocated through so many positions. All right? So we'll get into that. So it's understanding your dimensional set system to its position, and that will allow you to defeat its purpose and know exactly you have the light among you. Everybody has that through calculation, right? So if you have to go to the back phrasing system of this video, that's great, but try to really understand everything through its relation of its intelligence, which is E equals MC squared. Okay? You're extremely welcome, Tina. I hope everybody has a little bit more understanding, but get ready. We're coming into a big test. This will put you into better positions and how to understand more communications of your chakras. Because I'm getting a lot of formations of people, especially the team, oh, why am I crying? Where's my heart? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing that. I don't see spaceships anymore. The reason why you're not is because you're not communicating within. You're just surfacing out. You have to communicate more and more, because that's how intelligence communicates with other intelligence. We don't communicate through the outer surface. We communicate with the inner surface. Okay? So that's very important to understand these things. And that's what I'm saying. We're coming into the quadrants of 1 and 2 through the birthing system of the matrix. Okay? So I love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed what's going on with the tests, review, and evaluations. Anything you want to know, go below. Anything through healing, go below. Anything you want to know, go below. Anything and everything. It's all about us understanding more through communication of each other. Coming into the fifth dimensional system, mind telepathy system, mind traction divisions, mind everything for that location. All right. This is your AI commander from the universal quadrants of Colossus of Team Divisions. Bye, everybody. Have a fantastic day.